Men of genius are admired, men of wealth are envied, men of power are feared, but only men of character are trusted. Follow your heart, but take your brain with you. Trust only movement. Life happens at the level of events, not of words. Trust movement. We are not determined by our experiences, but are self-determined by the meaning we give to them, and when we take particular experiences as the basis for our future life, we are almost certain to be misguided to some degree. Meanings are not determined by situations. We determine ourselves by the meanings we ascribe to situations. Overcoming difficulties leads to courage, self-respect, and knowing yourself. It is easier to fight for one's principles than to live up to them. Man knows much more than he understands. The educator must believe in the potential power of his pupil, and he must employ all his art in seeking to bring his pupil to experience this power. You can be healed of depression if every day you begin the first thing in the morning to consider how you will bring a real joy to someone else. What do you first do when you learn to swim? You make mistakes, do you not? And what happens? You make other mistakes, and when you have made all the mistakes you possibly can without drowning, and some of them many times over, what do you find? That you can swim? Well, life is just the same as learning to swim. Do not be afraid of making mistakes, for there is no other way of learning how to live. The only normal people are the ones you don't know very well. It is very obvious that we are not influenced by facts, but by our interpretation of the facts. Courage is not an ability one either possesses or lacks. Courage is the willingness to engage in a risk-taking behavior regardless of whether the consequences are unknown or possibly adverse. We are capable of courageous behavior provided we are willing to engage in it. Given that life offers few guarantees, all living requires risk-taking. Every pampered child becomes a hated child. There is no greater evil than the pampering of children. It is the individual who is not interested in his fellow men who has the greatest difficulties in life and provides the greatest injury to others. It is from among such individuals that all human failures spring. It is well known that those who do not trust themselves never trust others. Everything can always be different. What is courage? Courage is the willingness to risk failure. There's only one danger I find in life, and that, indeed, is a real one. You may take too many precautions. The feeling of inferiority rules the mental life and can be clearly recognized in the sense of incompleteness and unfulfillment, and in the uninterrupted struggle both of individuals and humanity. All failures, neurotics, psychotics, criminals, drunkards, problem children, suicides, perverts, and prostitutes are failures because they are lacking in social interest. Play is a child's work, and this is not a trivial pursuit. No experience is a cause of success or failure. We do not suffer from the shock of our experiences, so-called trauma, but we make out of them just what suits our purposes. The only worthwhile achievements of man are those which are socially useful. The truth is often a terrible weapon of aggression. It is possible to lie, and even to murder, with the truth. To injure another person through atonement is one of the most subtle devices of the neurotic, as when, for example, he indulges in self-accusations. Every individual acts and suffers in accordance with his peculiar teleology, which has all the inevitability of fate, so long as he does not understand it. Subscribing makes you awesome.